All right, so
Let's
for today, we're doing, this is a nice little recipe. This is something I probably make a lot of at home, so I think it's nice to share this, which is a really simple burrito. We're using red kidney beans, and I'm starting off to make something almost like your refried bean, your traditional refried bean that you would see in like a taco or fajito. And it's a very, very simple version. So I just have some white onion, some chopped white onion, and just a little bit of grapeseed oil in there. You can add a little bit of just light olive oil if you want. And I want to saute it for about 5 minutes. Medium heat, very gentle, nothing too aggressive. And then I'm going to add some spices. This is where, I mean, again, be creative, use whatever you like. If you want some heat, add some heat. This is cumin. I love cumin, especially with, burritos and tacos. It gives it a really nice punch. So just some dried cumin, and we're adding it during this process. I want it to emulsify or incorporate with the oil. It'll just cook out some of that powdery taste, and you'll start smelling it almost instantly, which means you're waking it up. You're getting those essential oils out. So we have our cumin in there. We're going to add our red kidney beans. You can have dry kidney beans soaked. You can do a quick soak method. So if you don't want to soak them overnight, quick soak method. We actually have a video on our YouTube channel, which I'm plugging. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see some of these really cool videos. So quick soak method, you bring a pot of water to a boil, add your dried beans, turn the heat off, and keep the lid on for an hour. Then you can let it drain, let it cool down, and then put it in like if you want to freeze it, put it in your freezer safe Ziploc bag in the fridge, and then you can use those in your soups, in your stews. It's ready to go. Some beans like chickpeas take a lot longer, but some of these softer beans, like kidney beans, even some of the small like navy beans, will work just fine with that method. So we're going to add about 2 cups the red kidney beans in there. And any bean, I mean, we're focusing on kidney beans today, but any beans will work.
If you wanted to do black beans,
yeah,
do your refried beans, pinto beans are kind of the classic ones.
Yes.
Yeah, choose your favorite bean. They'll all work wonderfully.
Now, an ingredient that I added on the recipe list there, have it as optional, is the Chipotle and Adobo. This is one of my favorite ingredients. It comes in these kind of little tins. It is essentially what is smoked jalapeno peppers. And sometimes they have onions and garlic in there. It gives it a nice punch of heat if you like spice, a really nice smokiness, and you don't need much, like a tablespoon, half a tablespoon, and you can freeze the rest. So they're in the tins, you can freeze the rest. They're fantastic. Chilies, sauces. If you don't like the heat,
get out the kitchen. No,
yeah. If you don't like the heat, you can use something similar to get that smoky flavor, which is what we like using, is smoked paprika. So smoked paprika, you get that nice smokiness, but there is no heat, so there's no spiciness. No salt or anything with these as well, so these are great to use. And so we can add just about a teaspoon. These are great to have in the kitchen. Something like this will last, probably half a year, and it's like $3, $4. They're not too expensive at all. You can find them at grocery stores, bulk stores. I know St. Lawrence Market. I only mention it because I go there often, but they have all different types. So that's something that's nice to add to your pantry. That's it. So we're gonna just saute that just a little bit. Again, medium heat for about 5-10 minutes, just until the beans become soft. Do a little magic of TV action here. And you can see how it's kind of cooked down a little bit. I can crush the beans with a spoon so they're nice and tender. And we're ready to build our burrito. So other ingredients, I went with red quinoa. You can use any whole grain. Rice is usually added, so you can use your rice. But if you want to add some more fiber, some more protein as well, quinoa is a great way to go.
If you wanted to do brown rice, you'd get about the same amount of fiber. So 1 cup of brown rice or quinoa, you're getting about 5 grams of fiber. But Jeremy's right, with the quinoa, you're getting some extra protein.
So we have our kidney beans, and this you can set at the table. This is where you can let people make their own if you want, or you can be very nice and you can make them for them. So beans in the middle. We have a little bit of our, we can put a little bit of our quinoa on top. I just have some yellow pepper, some tomato, some avocado with some lime juice. And
Delicious.
You just kind of go for it, build it.
And the colors are so beautiful.
And a lot of texture, a lot of different texture, a lot of freshness there. Cilantro is one of my favorites. I know not everybody is a fan of cilantro, so you can leave this one out. Otherwise, a little bit in there is good. And then, I mean, you know, we added a little bit of cheese. If you want to lower the calories, obviously, you know, don't go for that cheese. Or one cheese that we do like using, I think I added on there, was the pressed cottage cheese, which is a nice lower fat version. You get some of that protein and some.
And
of
it's
those.
lower in sodium.
Lower in sodium,
much
much lower in sodium. Yeah. You can
Oh.
add. It's a little high. It's higher than your cottage cheese.
It's going to be a bit wet.
And it's going to be a bit wet, yeah. Well, pressed cottage cheese is dry. It's the same consistency as feta cheese, but much lower in sodium. And that's it. You know, tuck in the ends, roll, however shape you want. There's not many shapes I think you can do with this, but
I was intrigued by that. I'm missing out.
And you can put this on a pan, pop it in the oven to get it really nice and toasty. I did a couple ahead of time.
Ooh, wow.
And you get a really, I'm gonna put it on here. Just like in a medium pan, just to get it almost like a nice little crust on top. It provides that seal as well. We'll cut one in half. That's it, you know, pretty simple meal, but a nice little take on using some red kidney beans.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks, Jeremy.